synced up.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Cryptid Review Show. We've got some new faces, we've got some old faces, but the cryptids go on. My name is Eric Agnew.
And I am... Oh.
No, this is...
And I am Allie Walkley.
There you go. Yeah, so it's been a little while. Magazine men have been keeping me down. You know the tale of the magazine men?
Never heard of it.
It's basically the government, the Illuminati, but they make people into magazines. There's a lot of lore behind it. That's our last episode. It's going to be on the magazine men. Anyway, got a fun cryptid. This one hails from the beautiful state of Maine.
I went to a summer camp in Maine, and let me tell you, it's pretty spooky at night.
Well, maybe you saw a certain ghost, or more accurately, a spirit moose.
What?
Because that's our next cryptid. It's the spirit moose. Oh yeah. Any thoughts on the name?
It's very intriguing. I don't know if it sounds very threatening though. Like if I heard of a spirit moose, I mean, any kind of moose I would want to stay away from because they're so big.
Yeah.
But like spirit moose, I'd be like, oh, it's.
Pretend there's a picture of a moose behind us.
It's like, oh, it's like.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, like I never realized how big a moose was until someone's like, yeah, they're like bigger than cows. But I never realized how big
huge.
cows were until I went to school here, and I was like, cows are big. So if I saw a moose in the wood, I'd be like,
bigger than horses.
What?
They're bigger than horses.
Yeah, and it's so like if I saw like a ghost moose, like I would still do the same reaction I think as a regular moose. I'd be like, that's just not
Except
for me. I'm gonna go.
I think they're bigger.
Spirit moose?
Yeah, it's been a while since my research. So, all right. So our story begins in the good old 1800s. It's an old thing. 1891, dude named Clarence Duffy says he saw a ghost moose.
And this is 1891?
Yep.
Sounds...
I have it written here, laughed at by locals and friends, parentheses, loser.
Do you know, like, how he knew it was a ghost moose? Or was he just like, that moose is a different color than the rest of the moose?
Well, it's supposed to be, like, big and white. Yeah. I don't really know how he decided it was a ghost. Maybe he just saw a crazy moose. But yeah, no one really believes him because why would they? There's another cited by a lumberman. And then people actually believe him.
Oh, right.
I have here in parentheses Chad.
That was his name.
Nope. He is a Chad.
He just seems like a Chad.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a lumberjack. He has a lot of friends that believe him. Unlike stupid Clarence.
Fuck Clarence.
No one believed him. Yeah, so a few other sightings. A New York hunter was actually attacked when he shot at it. Because, you know, a lot of moose hunting up there in Maine. And he had to hide from it because it attacked him viciously.
Yeah, I feel like moose are pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you shoot at anything.
Yeah, like any animal, yeah.
Like a ghost version.
Yeah.
They got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
A famous sportman. He's just a hunter. I don't know why they call him a sportman. Howard Van Ness. Of course, we all know Howard Van Ness, the famous sportsman.
Van Ness.
Vaness?
Venus?
Howard Venus. Also shot the moose, but it also attacked him. He was.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, people shoot at it and they get attacked, which is actually pretty unusual for cryptids because usually there's like one attack, and then others are just like, "Oh, I saw it."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it or not, there's not a lot of evidence for cryptids out there. It's almost like they don't exist. Don't mean to burst your bubble. Except for Chan.
Yeah.
Champ, obviously.
Speaking of
exists.
which, I got you a little present
Oh my
at
God.
Hot Topic
I'm so
over
excited.
the winter break.
For
The
the best.
So it's a little messy, they called it. But
Wow.
he's Champ because he's life size. And he's praying.
He's praying for all of our safety.
Yeah.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's beautiful and he's also cursed.
He looks like he's begging me, but he already knows the answer.
Yes. But like he knows something that you don't
like,
too by
if
the
you
smile.
look into his eyes, you probably can't. But if you look into the eyes, he knows.
His blush be kind of fire though.
Oh yeah, he's blushing.
He's blushing, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh God,
He's honored to be here.
he has so many emotions.
Yeah.
He's honored yet a little disappointed.
That's our little Champ from Hot Topic.
Proud of him.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna stand right here.
Yes.
And watch over us from the magazine men.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
They're coming. They know we know too much about the ghost
Oh,
moose.
yeah. They've shut me down at least twice, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Half my audio got deleted one time.
Oh my God. They're coming for us. Or maybe it's just the spirit of the ghost moose that's interfering with your computer.
Maybe. I think that the magazine men are trying to chase the cryptids. That's the lore behind this show. It's like 7 seasons in, it's just gonna turn into like a drama where we gotta save the cryptids from the magazine men.
Like in that Pop Tropica island.
Maybe.
I played it twice in one day when it first came out. I was so excited for the Cryptids one. It was so good.
Yeah. Alright, where was I? The sportsman, Howard Venus, described it as weighing a ton.
Mm-hmm.
To put in perspective, I think an elephant's like 2 tons. So it's like half an elephant.
But elephants are big.
That's right.
That's their thing. Yeah. It's hard.
That's their thing.
It's hard for me to kind of visualize like how like big animals are that like we don't see all the time.
Yeah.
So like I would see like an elephant in a zoo and I'd be like, oh yeah, those are huge. I forgot it. Like I knew they were big, but like it was hard for me to like be like, yeah, an elephant can fit into. I don't know. Like, I forget how big cows are, and then I see the cows here, and then I'm just like, that's why there's so many different kinds of steaks, because the cow's so big. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, you also said it's fast. I forgot to mention that.
Ooh.
So it's big, it's magnificent, and it's fast. So this isn't any normal moose.
Mm-hmm.
Gets seen by a lot of hunters. One counted that the antlers had 22 end points.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's a big deal for antlers because most moose have like 12.
Oh, so I guess he's got like huge antlers or like extra spiky for.
So he's like a super moose basically.
Ooh, super moose.
He attacked a dude on a bike. That's all I have.
Oh, that's because like I was like thinking about when you're talking about it because I was like he's attacking hunters and I was thinking before I was like why would there be a ghost moose because like don't ghosts like kind of come back because they have like.
Yeah, well, maybe
unfinished business, and I was like, he's avenging moose that are killed by hunters.
Yeah, he's
but
like a guardian.
But if he's just attacking the biker,
well, he doesn't know. He's a moose.
Then maybe he's just a jerk.
He's just an asshole. He was described as 15 feet tall. To put in perspective, I'm like, it's like 2 of me is like 12. It's like 2.5. That probably doesn't help at all.
No, that helps. That's really tall. That's
he's a tall lad, or she, she's a tall lass. I don't know if it's a girl.
Can't assume.
Oh yeah, especially with moose.
Oh wait, do girl and boy moose?
Oh, that's right. No, he has antlers, so it's a he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if like moose just had both.
No, I think all of the lady moose have no antlers.
Oh.
It's a big ass moose, even for moose standards, which are already pretty big ass.
Mm-hmm.
These are all kind of like around 1800s, early 1900s. There's another rash of sightings in the 30s. One person sees it and says it's bigger than all the other moose around because he sees it like in a herd, right?
Mm-hmm.
so it's like bigger than all the other moose. And when he looks at it, he looks away, and he looks back, and it's gone. So this is when you start to see some of the more ghost parts. Because from now, it could just be a big white moose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking before. I was like, what kind of, like, makes it different than, like, other moose than just, like, a huge boy?
Yeah, so, this is when, like, the legend really starts.
Okay. And was this, like, a specific part of Maine, or is it just, like, all over Maine?
It's, like, northern Maine.
Okay.
Like, almost Canada.
Okay.
Where it's mostly woods. I think it's around, like, a small town, but I forget the name. It doesn't...
Yeah.
Probably the same.
Yeah.
Little Stephen King shit.
Yeah. Maine.
Fucking Maine, bro. Yeah, so, one legend, this is a fun story, says that, hunters actually did manage to kill it one time. Don't worry about the light. It'll probably be fun. Shit. Yeah, so, one legend claims that, hunters did manage to kill it. But when they brought it back to, like, you know, let the blood out, because that's what you do when you kill an animal, they, like, hang it up to bleed out. It takes, like, all night. So they go to sleep, and when they wake up, it's not there. Corpse.
So they they actually, like, thought they got it?
Yeah.
Like,
but then it disappeared. And I know all you skeptics, Jesus, are out there saying, like, oh, it was a bear or something. No, because later, that night, with the throat still cut, the moose walks back into their camp.
Oh.
And their jimmies are rustled. So.
My jimmies would be very rustled.
Oh yeah, if I saw an undead moose.
Yeah.
And the moose just walks off into the forest. I think they try shooting it again. No effect. So I think that was a message to the hunters.
Yeah.
No interpretation. Like,
just being like,
I'm
can't
strong.
Stop me.
I'm stronger than you.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot kill what is already dead.
Yeah, I think I'm still like, with the idea that, like, that moose is definitely there to protect, like, the moose from being killed.
Yeah.
By people. But I don't get why, because the only predator to moose are killer whales.
Well, and man.
And man.
Because they're shooting.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so, funny story about, like, the local town. Some say it appears when bad things happen. And what bad things, you might ask? A 2002 sighting corresponded with a restaurant burning down.
Oh.
So, some high stakes with that.
Or when people decide to bike in the woods. That's a pretty bad thing.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh shit, you went biking in the woods? Oh god, that moose was warning us.
He's warning us.
Alright, that's the most recent story. Just a lot of sightings, really. I usually go for, like, cultural significances and appearances, but the spear moose is so obscure, it has none. It's kind of sad, but also
like a Maine thing.
Yeah, you know, it's probably a little more popular than Champ.
Champ, my boy.
Throwback to the first episode when we just made fun of Champ. Paige got really mad.
Yeah, Paige did. Our
Our comrade.
Yeah, our comrade Paige, who co-produces Lauren's House Party with me Fridays at 6 p.m.
Plug.
on UVMtv. She got really offended that he dissed Champ, because Champ is
kind of the mascot here in Burlington.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no cultural significance. It's just a spirit moose. Then we have a few theories about kind of the origins or what it is. The leading one is that it's an animal, so it's not like a ghost or anything. Some people say it's a horse because horses can be white. Not sure how that really fits that well though.
Because of the antlers.
Yeah,
and like a single horse in the woods, like. I guess the wild horses are definitely a thing, but I don't know, like...
I don't think they live there, though.
Yeah, I don't think they live in the woods.
Yeah, so...
Because I'm thinking, like, Spirit, like the movie about the wild horses, like...
Yeah. They all live in the plains.
Mm-hmm. They like the open terrain.
Yes. Some think it's an albino moose that's just abnormally large.
That could be possible, too.
But, a lot of people disagree with this because the moose was never said to have red eyes, which is like the telltale kind of albinism type thing. I think there are moose that are like white and don't have red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like they're not particularly big or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still some evidence.
It's kind of scary thinking about like white moose too, because like there's
white
it's
moose
so weird like because like moose is like the singular noun, but also but it's just like weird thinking about like a moose that would be white because like it snows so much in Maine that like you wouldn't be able to see that moose coming, and like it could just be like. I don't do
like you could be biking along.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously it's a moose, so you're gonna see it, but it's gonna be a little bit harder to see. And
yeah, you could just think it's like a tree or something.
Yeah, and then you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Another theory is that it's a ghost of like a moose that was like
killed.
Yeah,
pretty
at
bad.
Some point. Maybe he was like killed, but they didn't finish the job, so he bled out or something.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So now he's like a vengeful spirit roaming the forests.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
Just kind of like hates humans.
Yeah. Because I was going to say like... Because they kill a lot of other animals, so like why the moose? But maybe he's like for all the animals or something.
Oh yeah.
In the woods, because like moose are so dangerous and like so big.
Yeah, that's another theory, is that it's some kind of guardian spirit of the forest, or like the animals of the forest. It's kind of protecting them, which is like maybe why like that one hunter said that he saw it amongst like a herd of moose and like watching over him. So he could be like a moose leader, a moose Jesus, if you will.
Moose Jesus.
Moose Jesus.
Moose Jesus. Moose Jesus. Christ Superstar. I don't know any of the songs from that play. I know UVM just put it on. No, put it on.
They put it on. Put the video on.
Yeah.
The Moosiah.
The Moosiah. The Moosiah.
Okay.
I like that. I like that a lot. That was good.
They should have called him Moosiah.
They should have.
It would have been way more popular.
I think that's what we should call him from now on.
The Moosiah.
The Moosiah.
Alright.
Yeah.
The title of this video is going to be Spirit Moose, aka
Moosiah.
God rest his antlers. Alright, so that's all I have in terms of research. Not my most extensive cryptid, but it's pretty fun. I like the ones that have more of like a single story than like Bigfoot, because Bigfoot's like there's like so many Bigfoot stuff.
Because Bigfoot's like he's so popular that sometimes it's just not fun. No, it's still fun.
Well, like but like there's like thousands of Bigfoot stories. And like what do you talk about now? Yeah. But like I like the more obscure kind of fun stories.
I thought this one was fun. I like the Moosiah.
Yeah.
Like that's actually kind of spooky though. Like what if I go like hiking in Maine and I'm just like I think there's.
This is weirdly enough. This is my most believable one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now if you believe in ghosts, I don't know. Maybe a moose could be possible. All right, we gotta do our final review of the cryptid. I usually use like a 1 to 10 system.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Spirit Moose. I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10 because he's not like that interesting overall. It's just like a ghost moose, but it's also I don't know. He's got spunk. He's charming. Yeah,
I think I agree with you. Probably like a 7 or an 8 because like moose are pretty cool to me. And, like, the idea of, like, a moose just, like, protecting the other animals is kind of, like...
Yeah, that's cute.
Aw, but he also kills people, which is a little bit, like...
He's never killed anyone yet.
Oh, he just attack.
Yeah, he just attacks.
Okay.
If
So-
he killed someone,
That would be a big deal.
I've only had one cryptid with a kill count.
Which cryptid?
It's the Snallygaster. The dumbest name.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some fun. Alright, so 8. What do I do for 8 again? It's like almost a full ring. That's how you get it.
Almost a full ring.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that was a
that's
double
2.
ring.
Oh my god.
Shit.
That's like a
I
20.
mean- Don't cut that out. That was a curse.
Dang. Alright, there we go. Alright, so join me in 2 weeks for another exciting episode of the Cryptid Review Show. We'll have a new cryptid. I don't know what it might be, but stay tuned.
Maybe it'll be Charles from Sitchell.
Oh my god. You can plug your show again.
Oh, yeah. So, did you not understand the reference of Charles I just made 5 seconds ago? Then you should check out Lauren's House Party on UVMtv. It's where a questionable character named Allie, played by me, Allie, is roommates with Lauren. Every single time Lauren leaves, something happens.
Hijinks ensue.
Snakes are lost in the dorm. Ghost chairs visit the dorm.
A guy was alone for
a guy has a mental breakdown. But we couldn't use MCR music because we didn't want to get sued.
Yay!
But it's fun, and yeah, and so is the Cryptid, and so is all of UVMtv,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Especially our 2 shows.
Especially our 2 shows. So you should watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
The Moosiah will.
Alright. May the Moosiah bless your wanderings.
Peace be with you.